Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Come in, come in, come in. This is Tamika Zen. I am Tamika. Get on in here, y'all. Get on in here. Kick off your shoes and relax your feet. You are now in the den. So, guys, of course, today we are talking about Yellow Jackets, breaking it on down. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and bring in my co host, your favorite diva, Nita the
Hey
Diva.
y'all.
Hey,
Hey. Sorry y'all for being so ghetto and janky. I gotta go somewhere, but I wanted to come and do this review. So don't worry if it gets distracting. Y'all don't want me to show me driving. It's making y'all nervous. Y'all let me know. I'll turn off the camera.
So, of course, like I said, we are talking about Jackets season 2, episode 1, Friends, Romans, and Countrymen. Just like, give a little bit of your overall first thoughts, what you thought about this first episode.
I liked it. I liked it a lot. I was wondering, the only thing that kind of threw me off was that the title of it. It threw me
Mhm.
off a little bit. I was trying to figure out. I knew something had something to do with like a religious aspect, and then
Mhm.
also too, I'm trying to figure out maybe the countrymen maybe. Sorry, y'all. The
Mhm.
countrymen may be referring to them trying to survive in the wilderness or something like that. But I loved it. I thought it was great. My girl Misty, she is just hilarious to me.
Mhm.
And I'm here. I'm back on for the thrill ride that we know Yellow Jackets. So I'm ready to jump on in.
Yes. I
Yes.
feel the same way. Like, I was excited to have it back, and I was just saying to Nita backstage that I actually kind of did it backwards because I wanted to refresh my memory with season 1, but I was so busy I didn't get a chance to. So I kind of watched the episode first, then went back and binged season 1 to refresh my memory, and then went back and watched the episode again. And I had actually missed a couple things, or I think misunderstood a couple things the first time that I watched. So of course we was like out there with them at this daggone cabin starting out in the beginning. And I guess they go on these regular I don't know what you would call it, like they still kind of looking for Javi. Like Javi I'm thinking like where Javi went, because I would think that they would have found some type of body or something. And then what kind of threw me off was I had forgot all about we see them kind of preparing them to set them out, and they was doing I don't know if you would call it a ritual or whatever before they actually left the cabin to go out. And then all of a sudden we see it go to 1998, so we know they always do the back and forth, but this was kind of showing us, I guess, when they were finally found and they were coming home. So it was like reporters and all of that different kind of stuff, cops and everybody everywhere. What did you think about that beginning?
Yeah, I liked it. It was. Let me see. What am I gonna say? I like the way they showed that because 1998. I'm trying to figure out how long were they in the wilderness? How long? Was it a couple of months?
I think originally, oh shoot, and I just watched season 2, so I should remember this. But I think it was supposed to be like almost a year. Like people literally had wrote them off and thought they was dead. So
Oh,
they was
I
out
thought it
there
might
for,
have been like 6 months
maybe
or
it was
something.
6 months. I
Okay.
think it was like between 6 months, no less than six, and no more than a year, something like that. And I just
Okay.
watched the second season over, so I should have remembered that part, but I don't forgot that quick.
It's so much, y'all. It's so much. So
But
please
they
forgive us with us.
basically was thinking that they was dead. So of course, we didn't get
Right.
to see the full thing of how they actually finally got found. But we just see that, it's at the point where they coming back home and all these reporters and everybody is surrounding them. You would expect that, especially you don't think they died in a damn plane crash and now you finding out they alive. Another thing that was interesting to me is I think when I first watched season 1, I just assumed those main characters that we got was the only ones that survived, and everybody else that we didn't see was gone. But I think we
Right.
kind
I
of
was like,
finding
where were
out,
they?
Yeah, I think we kind of finding out now that there may be some more people around.
That's why I think Harvey is still alive. I still think
Mm-hmm.
Harvey is alive.
Right, that's what I'm thinking. So, what do you think about Lottie? Like, as far as when she got back and her parents were saying she not eating, she not talking, they took her to the daggone therapist. And I wasn't expecting this. I was like, wait, we doing shock therapy? What the heck is going on here?
I was so mad. I was so
Yes.
mad. I was like, this okay. They went through a traumatic experience. What do you think is going on? So you treat trauma with more trauma?
Right,
I was
exactly.
like, no.
And I didn't realize we was even still doing a shock therapy at this time.
Right.
And I don't know. I was just like, what? That's what we doing? I definitely wasn't expecting that at
Crazy.
all.
That was crazy. I was really disappointed in that. I was like, well, okay, we about to get into some things.
Absolutely, yeah, definitely. So okay, then we went to like present day, of course. And I didn't know who this was supposed to be immediately. Did you, when they showed like this little coat gathering, I guess, with her standing there? I knew it had to be one of the people from there and that she's going to be somebody important if they were showing her. But I definitely didn't just automatically know right away, like, okay, that's, you know.
I don't know if I knew right away if it was Lottie, but I felt like it could have been
Mm-hmm.
because she's always had like the religious type of,
Mm-hmm.
like she was like using some type of higher power or something
Right.
like that. So
Mm-hmm.
I was like, it could be her. And like I said, when we go do the flashbacks and the flash forwards, you kind of get off kilter a little because you don't know these people who they are until you do. So
Right. Mm-hmm.
yeah.
Yeah, so I definitely thought that was interesting because I was like, wait, Lottie's still up out here? Like, what's going on?
Right,
So,
right.
of course, when this part happened, I thought she was really being investigated by the police for a minute. I was like, what is going on here?
That
I,
dag
and this Misty crazy behind that's doing a daggone interrogation on. That was
right.
Misty and Shauna. Now I like this actress. I didn't care for her character when she was in The Last of Us, but I always say that I like her and a bunch of other things that she played, and I definitely like her up here.
Oh,
Hey, Gucci.
that is
Yes, she was
the cult
Kathleen in
leader
The
from.
Last of Us. Mm-hmm.
Yes. Oh, that
Mm-hmm.
is her. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I
Yes.
didn't like her in The Last of Us either. I think it was almost like a miscasting in The Last
Yes.
of Us. But she's
Mm-hmm.
definitely good in here.
Yes, absolutely. But I was thinking she really was getting investigated by the police and his dad on Misty crazy behind. I was like, girl, trying to give her kind of
I
a
was
practice
cracking up.
run. Mm-hmm.
Right.
What's
And
up, Moochie?
what about the cookie? The cookie talking about I want my lawyer.
Right. She's like, girl, I made the cookie so you can look down and see and be like, I want my lawyer. That's it. You're not gonna get past when you over here asking answering daggone questions you shouldn't be answering. So
Right.
I definitely like that part. And then we see Ty where she done went and picked up this dog. We knew the ending of season 1 that she had won the race and she was actually expecting to lose. So she just was kind of driving and going over, what she got to do as she going into office. And they already talking about re-election. And she like, I ain't even get my foot in the door. How the hell we talking about, re-election already? Um, so what do you think about the dynamic between Shauna and her daughter? I feel like her daughter is always giving her a hard time. Like she came in and seen her there with the boyfriend, and then she tells the boyfriend he gotta leave. She starts telling her she think about breaking up with the boyfriend, and then she just kind of starts going in on her. And on one hand, she wanted her to tell her father the truth, but on the other
Right.
hand, it's like you told him that, and she went off on him. I was like, girl, which one do you want? But she was always giving
Right.
him a hard time in season 1 too.
She definitely does. And I'm like, I think there's something more to that.
Mm-hmm.
It's something more to that I think we'll get a little bit more in the show. There's a reason why.
Yeah,
And
she's
I'm like,
definitely still mad about the affair. And even when
right,
it came to that, she was saying like, oh well, your dad is not no angel either. He do his stuff. I don't know. It just be like she seems to always make the mom like, and which the mom is crazy. Don't get me wrong, and she got her stuff. Well, she definitely ain't innocent. But it more so just seems like she comes at her really hard and be like she's a demon and her father's like the saint, the angel or whatever. Where her
right,
father's
right.
daggone crazy in his way too. So I just find
Exactly.
that
As we
interesting.
did see, we
Mm-hmm.
saw a little bit later. We saw that a little bit later in the episode that the father got his
Right.
ways about him too. And I think it's one
Mm-hmm.
of those dynamics that the daughter is too involved or she sees a little too much and
Yes,
it just
yes,
kind of
yes.
clouds her judgment. It kind of, distorts how she feels about some things. And
Mm-hmm.
then that mom is weird. So
Yes.
like we gonna get there when we see that picture,
Mm-hmm.
and it looks like she has like a dark side to her.
Right.
And well, we do know that for sure, but I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it just seems a little bit more sinister, and so I think she just got her good eye on her mother.
Right. Mm-hmm. Now this part, I was a little lost. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, because like I said, I watched the episode and then went back and refreshed with the season. So when she first was talking with because we kind of seeing them in the cabin playing games, talking, sitting around the fire, and then we're seeing Shauna and let me make sure I'm saying the names right, y'all. Y'all gotta bear with me because I do so many shows. Jackie having this conversation. I kept saying to myself, wait, didn't Jackie die? Like I was really confused, but then I said, well, we are going back and seeing flashbacks. So maybe this is before she died. And then, because
Exactly.
they just like having this conversation back and forth, but then later in the cabin, they actually say, are we going to talk about the fact that this girl been out there? And they said it was 2 months. I said, come on. They said she's turning into Norma Bates at this point. That she still had her corpse out there talking to it. And Coach going to talk about, oh, we got to give her time. She grieving. I said, not 2 months. We not. Like that body needs to be buried, burned, something. What the heck? I was like, what is going on here? Mm-mm.
That is hilarious. Yes, I was like 2 months. What? I was like, oh my god, this is. I think we need a little intervention.
Right. Yeah.
Hello, hello. Can somebody put the church finger up? Like, hello.
Exactly. Yeah, because I had completely forgot that part. I was like, wait, am I confusing it? Ain't she supposed to be like gone? What's happening here?
Right, right. I think it had something to do. It was something to do with the guilt that she had. Like she's just trying to process some things, and I
Yeah,
was just like, it's not giving healthy,
yeah, definitely
but
not
she
for
is
no two
processing.
months. That's just like way, way, way too much. And
Right.
of course, they didn't want Misty nowhere around the food, which I don't blame them. Misty, you done did some things, so we can't have you around the food. And at the same time, I think this young lady name was Crystal. She was the one that was always humming, and she
Oh, right.
basically they kept complaining about her with the humming. So it's an echo. Let me see. Let me turn this
Is it an
down a
echo?
little bit. Oh shoot, I didn't even realize my thing was up that much either.
I have my
Do it
earbuds
sound
in, so I
okay?
wonder. Yeah.
Because I can't tell how it sound.
I
Let
want.
me
I got
know.
my earbuds in. Do y'all think it could be that? You want me to try mute my mic and see how it sounds if
Okay,
it's
yeah,
too
I think it
loud?
might have been that I had it the volume up. Usually I have it all the way down, so I know on the replay I'm probably gonna sound crazy loud. But yeah,
Okay.
yeah, so they I don't know, it seemed like she was trying to see if she could bond with Misty, like she started telling her she could teach her how to sing and things like that. So I don't know if they end up becoming any type of friends later, because at first Misty seemed like she was trying to diss her too. But then when she was like, well, we could harmonize together, I think she kind of felt like, well, shoot, she the only one that's actually acting nice towards me. But this
Right.
is when
I
I
was.
kind
I
of,
was. I
uh-huh,
was mad at them because I'm like, why is everybody telling that girl to stop singing? I'm
right.
like, we in the wilderness, we lost. I'm like, God damn, why y'all being some Debbie Downers?
Yeah,
I
they
was
be
mad about
getting
that.
on everybody. They some mean girls. I mean, I know it was
Right.
a crazy, stressful situation too at the same time. So after a while, if you all stuck in the same space, y'all gonna bump heads.
True,
But
true.
I was like, yo, y'all really be trying to dictate, who could be in there, who could say what. They be doing the most.
Right.
hmm But it was like between when they said the whole thing about her being in there for the last 2 daggone months, and then seeing this part with her body looking like that and her falling, the air come on. I said, girl, what is going on? I was like, wouldn't she be she was still supposed to be frozen? Like I just was
Yeah.
confused.
Totally frozen.
Yeah,
Frozen solid.
Jackie was
If
definitely a
your
mean
ear,
girl.
yeah, if your
hmm
ear could fall off just like that, your body is totally frozen.
Yeah,
So that's
absolutely.
why there was no decomposition. Everything was still
hmm
good. So, but
Yeah.
it was still weird.
And she picked it up and was carrying it around. She talking about something. No, no, no. I was like, girl, what? I don't know. That was just a hot mess. It really was. So now with this whole thing, this is where I'm like, Shauna, you supposed to be smarter than this because I remember Misty asked her, did you get rid of all the stuff? She was supposed to have been taking, I think, like the phone card out the phone, getting rid of the phone card, shouldn't have none of his stuff. You still got his license. You looking down at it and calling up your husband because I think she then found the key and realized that he had like an art gallery or whatever. And I'm saying, why do you still have the stuff? So one of my questions, I forgot about my questions. I did put some little banners here, but I was asking, like, did Shauna and her husband make a mistake going to the art studio? Because he started asking her, have you ever been there before? Is that where you went with him? And she's like, no. And then he was like,
Right.
what, do you think he have there and all that? Do you think that was the right call for them to make?
I don't know. I thought that it would be okay. I'm just confused. I was just confused by the whole scenario. Yes, bad idea, but it was just the way it played out. Then
I'm
they're
like, why
having
do you
sex
still
in
have the
there.
stuff?
I
Why are
was
you
like,
holding it in your safe?
what is going on? Then they getting turned on by his weird drawing. So yeah, I was like, what is going on here?
Yes, that was a mess. That was definitely a mess.
So,
So
and
with this,
then, also too, Tamika, I want to
uh-huh.
say that it actually probably turned out to be a bad idea because of the way the father was acting in the garage in the car. So it probably triggered something
Yeah.
in him. So it probably
We
was a
about
bad
to get up
idea.
on that too, because I was
Right.
like, child, that's why I said he ain't so innocent either. So now
Yeah.
with this situation with Ty and her wife, because like I said, I had forgot, she went down in that daggone basement and seen that stuff she had down there, and she telling Ty she got her back out of the daggone you know say she's not gonna accept the office or whatever, step down and go get her some help. And she basically told her to stay the F away from her child. She was like, what's going on? So y'all didn't have no type of conversation since then. She ain't been home since then. She out buying a daggone dog. Do you think she gonna step down? What you think gonna happen with her? Because she was supposed to been going to get some counseling. She know it's some stuff happening where she's having memory lapses and she's doing stuff she don't remember. We were seeing a lot of weird stuff with her in the first season. And where
Right.
I'm
Right.
confused at where the wife is at, I know she may not know the entire picture, but it's like, girl, you wasn't picking up and seeing more, because I believe even the son was seeing things, and that's why he
Yes.
was acting out.
Yes. He definitely he definitely was seeing some things. So yes. I don't know about the wife, but she need to get some help.
Mm-hmm.
Now, she did threaten. She said she was gonna go to the media.
Right. She was
So
like,
I
I
was
will
like,
make this
oh,
public.
exactly, exactly. And she out buying dogs. I'm like, girl, no. Poor Steve. I said, Lord, not another dog, not another dog.
Right.
But yeah, she definitely needs some help because that the memory lapsing, her
Mm-hmm.
not knowing what's going on. I thought, does she do the is it like sleepwalking or something like that?
Yes,
She has a
yes.
condition.
She
Okay, yeah.
sleepwalks, she out eating dirt, she got child
Right.
up
Girl,
in the
she does
tree, all
all
kind of
this
stuff.
stuff.
Yeah, they all need help. And you
Oh,
would
no.
expect that after they went through such a traumatic, situation. I would have thought that they all would have got some kind of counseling when they came back. And when we first see, Lottie's parents taking her in, that's what I thought they was going for, counseling, not no daggone therapy. I said,
Exactly.
child. So of course,
Mm-mm.
this is when we see that they are still out here trying to look for Javi. Okay, this is what they go on these little trails for. And at this point, I guess they've actually covered like a lot of ground. They've been a lot of different places. They making drawings of it and maps of it, and it's even times when he's hallucinating, thinking he see Javi there. I'm like, okay. Cause I just thought Javi was a goner. I didn't think we was still gonna be looking. He's saying maybe he could be held up at another cabin and found another cabin, like how they found that one. But
Yeah.
I guess I could see him holding on to hope. But that is weird though, because you would think they would have found some kind of body parts or something, like for him to just disappear into thin air.
Right. Now, what I think now, the people, the cult like people that wear the purple,
Uh huh.
I think there's another type of group. They're not there alone. So
Mm-hmm.
I think Javi might be over there, kind of like where Lottie is at. And
Right.
keep flash forwarding. And I think he's
Mm-hmm.
like just underneath another group. Like he totally got separated from the pack. That's
Right.
what I think.
Mm-hmm.
And he might be
Yeah,
with
it could
some
be
kind of
possible
different
because
group
in
of
this show
people.
is so much crazy stuff happening. You never know what the heck coming out. So of course,
Right.
Misty is still trying to look for Natalie, and I love Natalie too. That's my girl, Juliette Lewis. I just love her as an actress. And she go and end up threatening the daggone guy at the hotel because at first he like, girl, listen, ain't nobody, worried about that. I don't know nothing about that. And she just basically told him she was gonna sit there all day. She knew all his info. She started reading his address off to him and everything. So he just tells her that she left on her own in the middle of the night. But of course, we know that's not true. That was kind of the cliffhanger of how last season ended with them busting in her daggone room, kidnapping her. So the whole thing was like, well, who the heck kidnapped her? And of course, he was trying to make it seem like she just left on her own. And then that's when we see her here, and she trying to figure out who it is that kidnapped her. But as soon as she seen this necklace, she was like, "Oh, say no more. I already know what this is all about." I was like, "Well, what is it about? Tell us." But the necklace had that symbol on it, right? I think it did. That symbol that
Right.
they kept
Yeah.
writing out there or seeing on the trees and every daggone where they was
Right.
at.
Right.
And of course, this is when they went to the art studio. In my opinion, I think they made a mistake because my thing is, if this man is missing and he got family and friends looking for him, and then y'all don't supposed to know nothing about him, but y'all come to his art studio, putting your dag on, hands on everything. You ain't got no gloves or nothing on. Then y'all having sex on top of it. Y'all leaving all kind of DNA around.
DNA.
Yeah, like what the heck? And he was getting turned on. And then what was really this guy's story? Because we never really got the full story on him either. And he got pictures of her everywhere in the place. I just was like, I don't think y'all should have been going to this place. But
Yeah.
baby,
Yeah.
he was
Now
getting
that you
off on
say that, now that you say all of that for sure, yeah. There's
that.
definitely more to that story.
Yes. Hey, Miss T, what's up? Thanks for coming through. Yeah, I don't know, but I think that might have been a bad decision. Of course, they decided to like burn the picture after or burn the pictures, but I don't think that was going to make a big difference because now that's going to make the police even more suspicious. Like, okay, his family is looking for him, he's missing. Misty's whole plan was to make it look like he had some kind of way left and packed up on his own. But if his stuff is getting burned up and somebody came into place, then that's going to make the police he felt even more was foul play. So I just didn't know
Exactly.
what was their thinking with that.
Right. Right.
But we'll
I
see.
don't know. Maybe he doesn't have any family. Maybe nobody is looking for him. I don't know. I don't know. But
Yeah,
I
that's
know
the
that
way
they're
they
being
said it on the
real sloppy. The fact that
mm-hmm.
that daughter found that, of course, it got to be a a clear headshot of his ID.
Yes,
His
Missy.
ID.
I
I said,
wonder
"Oh
that
God."
too. She says, I wonder if anybody saw those paintings before they got damaged. Yeah, that's a good question. Because you don't know
Oh,
who he was in connection with. Because remember, she was accusing him of being part of the whole blackmail thing, which really was her husband. He didn't have nothing to do with that, but we never really found out what he did have to do with, because it was definitely something going on with him. So,
exactly.
at this point, this is when we kind of see that every time they go out on these walks, they're doing drawings. They look like they covered a lot of ground. They've been a lot of places. Coach was saying, oh, y'all getting better at this. And so they know pretty much like what's in each area. So I don't know if they end up stumbling against, across something at one point, and that's how they end up getting free. We still don't know how they end up getting found. We still have yet
Right.
to
Rescue.
actually see that part.
Right.
But I thought that was interesting. Like, wow, they've been a lot of places.
Exactly.
And then this is when Misty is kind of sitting inside of Natalie's room, and she notices the door and the fact that somebody broke in here and broke this daggone door. She knows she wasn't playing. Misty was on it. She did not leave, on her own.
Right. She
And
don't be
she trying
playing.
to
She
figure
be
out.
looking at all the details. She don't be
Mm-hmm.
playing. She one of my favorite characters too. Her
Yeah.
little weird ass.
Mm-hmm. Now I thought this was stupid too. These two decide they gonna burn up his license and I guess whatever papers he had. Finally, they gonna burn it up on the grill and make some hot dogs, and then they catching the daggone tree on fire. I thought this was sloppy. I think it probably started out as seeming like it was gonna be a good idea, but of course, when we see the end, we know
Right.
that it may not definitely have not been the best idea. But
Exactly.
that's what they decided to go with. Go ahead and throw it on the grill and burn it up.
Yeah. That
When
whole
she said
thing
other people must come
very
around
sloppy.
that area, maybe that's where the brother is. Yes. That's what Nita was saying too.
Yeah,
And
that's what I think.
they are in a cabin, so other people come around. Yeah, and see this. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, because ain't no way he just disappeared just like that. So now this is when Ty goes down to see, well, what the heck is, my wife talking about that's down here in this daggone basement. And she goes down and ends up seeing this whole altar thing. She don't even remember setting this daggone thing up. So it's like, yeah, Ty, you definitely do need help. What did you think about that?
Yeah, that is super scary. That is scary. The
Yeah.
fact that it's something that is so like sadistic, and then you
Mm-hmm.
have no recollection of it, and then I don't know, then you hear another dog.
Oh, you kind of breaking
Peter
up a
for
little
Steve.
bit.
You can go ahead.
Hey,
I'm in a
Savannah.
bad area. Hey,
Yeah, I heard you
Savannah.
say something about her not having no recollection and then having the nerve to go and buy another dog. I definitely agree with that. Yeah, that's scary though, because I got a couple of family members that sleepwalk. That's scary within itself. And then sometimes I actually be suffering with brain fog. But for me to not remember something and then go see that I'm out here literally, you know, taking out pets and making whole altars and all this stuff, and I don't remember it. Yeah, you definitely need to be
Exactly.
sitting down talking with somebody, girl. You might need to be in the hospital for a minute.
Yes. Yes.
She
And
said,
the
poor
thing is
Steve,
that
he's in danger, right?
she
Yes.
right. That's how I said call Peter. I said call Peter. Call somebody. Whoever take care of the animals.
Right. Shoot.
We need to file
That's
a report.
crazy. Mm-mm-mm. So at this point, this is when they sit down to have dinner or whatever. He done made these franks on the grill and all of that. And the daughter again just seemed like she was kind of disgusted that they was sitting there acting like a happy family. It seemed like she was frustrated with that. And then she said she was gonna go make something on the grill, but he basically was like, "Oh no, let me do it." He went out of his way to say he would do it. And I feel like that kind of gave it away because he went and told her that he was gonna do it. I don't think it would have been probably as obvious if he would have just let her do it. I think that made her suspicious when he did that. We lost Nita. I don't know. She may come back in because she's out, but we gonna still keep it moving. So yeah, I think that made her even more suspicious at the fact that he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go ahead and take care of it for you." You there, Nita?
Yeah, I'm back. My bad. I don't know
Mm-hmm.
what I was doing. I'm almost
Savannah said she was
stationary.
a
I'm
phone.
almost stationary. So don't worry, I'll be.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. Yeah. So, what did you think about when they sat down to have the dinner and the daughter was just kind of looking at them funny, and then he gonna tell her that he was gonna go out there to make her stuff on the grill that she didn't have to do it. I was saying to them that I feel like that made her suspicious when he did that. Like maybe he
Exactly.
should have just let her cook on the grill because then she went looking through it later and they
Right.
had end up seeing on the news about the guy, and then she giving her mother the funny look because she know this was the guy she was having the affair with.
Exactly. Exactly. Telling on herself. I was just like the whole
Yeah,
thing. I was like,
Miss
they
P
it
said
was
keep an
so
eye on
sloppy.
that daughter. I agree.
Exactly. She
Hmm.
seemed like the type that might want to throw your ass under the bus.
Right. Absolutely, definitely. Mm-mm-mm. So from there, we, again seeing them back at the cabin. They done finished going on their little walks that they go on to searching for Javi, and all of a sudden, I don't know what was happening to him in this part. It seemed like he was having a panic attack. He
A
started
panic
seeing
attack.
this light, and Lottie was the only one that seemed to be able to calm him down. She was able to do some type of breathing exercises with him.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I know that we have periodically seen a few of them say they seen things or they heard things since they've been here at the cabin. So I don't know. What was your take on that part?
Right. That's what I'm trying to figure out. Like, I'm trying to figure out, are we dealing with like a religious like cult thing, or are we
Mm-hmm.
dealing with some kind of supernatural
Right.
something entities that's going on? But it definitely is giving like some vibes as if something else is definitely it's something else at play here, and somebody else. That's why I think it's a whole nother group that's around somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that. That's what I've been trying to figure out. Now at this point, I don't know why this girl fell for the okey doke. This is when Natalie basically, she had already asked her to loosen one of her hands. She was like, "How the heck am I supposed to eat if you don't loosen one of them?" The girl had left the tray there. She already told her, "Well, I have an idea of who you are, who's behind this with that chain you wearing." And now when the girl comes back in to get the tray from her and lock her hand up, she basically was like, "Oh, you don't want to call nobody for backup?" And homegirl talking about something, "I ain't scared of you." So she goes to basically put her hand back in the daggone you know, to tie it back up or whatever in the strap, and baby Natalie jigged her with that daggone fork. I said, "Girl,"
Right, talking about
Natalie
you ain't
put her
scared of
ass
you.
out.
A
What
mess.
did you think about that part?
I knew as soon as she said she wasn't scared of her, I knew something was about to go down. I said, "Cause you better be, cause Natalie is not the
Mm-hmm.
one to play with." Okay, definitely not the one to play with.
Absolutely. I like Natalie. She do not play at all.
Right.
So she finds a way to get up out of there. Now she just trying to get out the room, I guess. See what the heck is going on. These came out kind of dark, y'all, because it's, out in the woods. But this was basically when she's running in the woods. Then she's seeing all these people with these masks on. And I think it was like they was burying this old man in the dirt. I said, what is going on? Like, these people are just weird.
Right. I couldn't make it out either because it was very dark. I was like, what's going on?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I don't know
It
exactly what they
says
was doing, but
Natalie
it still looked
wanted
like that
out and
cult thing.
kept her fork just in case. Absolutely. Yeah, she had that fork, boy, and she jigged her right on out. Supernatural visions. Yeah, because it seemed like everybody at one time or another. I remember that even Van, is it Van? Yeah, I believe it was Van,
Man.
told Todd when it was the younger ones back at the cabin that she saw something, and it had been like two or three other people that had said they saw something. And at first, Todd would always be like, "You didn't see anything. That was just this and this and that." And she's like, "No, if I'm telling you something, believe me, listen to me. If you don't want to believe in it, like basically that's your prerogative. But you can't tell me what I saw." So when he was seeing something, I
Right.
didn't really think that it was that strange because a couple of them have been saying they've been seeing things. But I just
Right.
don't know exactly what's the extent of what's making them see it. And
Right.
so
Right.
of course with this part, this is when it's kind of like the big reveal that is Lottie and she here, and Natalie is like, girl, I'm about to tear you up. Like, what is supposed to stop me from getting in your behind right now? What did you think about that?
Yeah, I was like, we definitely know some things went down. So I was just like,
Mm-hmm.
yeah. So I definitely can't wait to see how that's like. This episode felt like a setup episode. Like
Mm-hmm.
we did get some reveals, but not really. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So I'm just like, okay, this is basically a setup episode, but um, it was good. I liked it. I
Yeah.
liked it. I liked the
Yeah, because
reveal.
my
I liked.
next question was, what's up with Lottie? Like, we all of a sudden get this introduction to her, and I was saying to Nita, I don't know if I can't really remember if I was saying it when we first got on here or if I was saying it backstage, but I was telling her, for me, what watching the first season, I kind of felt like those main characters that we got shown, that was all that was alive, and everybody else didn't make it. But now
Right.
we're kind of seeing that it could possibly be a whole bunch of other people that may be alive that we haven't been shown anything of yet. So now that makes me even more curious to see, who else may pop up, and it also makes me curious to know what the heck is up with Lottie and what is she gonna be doing? Because if you remember, even when season one ended, it was somebody that Natalie had put on the case to go to look for Travis. And the last call she made to Natalie, the last call she made to her was saying, who is Lottie? And she said somebody had took money out of Travis' account after he passed away. But remember, she never got to speak to Natalie because at this point she had got kidnapped. So I'm like, well,
Right.
what part is, did Lottie take the money? And then she's saying she
Right.
got a message from Travis. I said, girl, is it from Travis when he was still alive? Was it Travis when he dead? Like, I want to know all of this now.
Right. Right.
So
So
that
yeah,
just
that's
kind of gave me more questions.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I that's what I said. Like it did a lot of setting up. It gave you a lot of questions where we really don't have the answers. So we're just gonna have to see how it
Mm-hmm.
play out.
Miss
But
T
yeah,
said,
hey
these
Missy.
two, yeah, never really seen it for each other in the past. Absolutely. So it's already definitely gonna be in the present. And you just kidnapped her, so
Right,
and
right,
then she said, LOL. And Van are the only two that were mentioned last season. Yeah, because I was gonna say I didn't know if y'all wanted a spoiler, but I know they had say something about Van, and I believe I don't know the actress by her name, but if y'all ever watch Servant, the lady with the red hair, that's one of the main characters. That's the wife that the girl be doing all the crazy stuff too. I honestly don't know can't think of the actress name right now. It comes
okay,
on Apple TV, but I believe she's gonna be in here as Van, and I think it may be somebody else. So I think it's like three new characters they mentioned. So we know definitely Lottie was one, and then
right.
whoever the other two is. But I think Van is one of those people. So that's gonna be interesting too, because I want to
I'm
know
still
what
trying to
the
figure out where these three new people came from. Where was they hiding?
heck.
I said, they're gonna do
Right.
some. They're gonna do
Definitely
some
gonna be.
magical rewriting
Mhm.
or something in here.
Right. It's
But
gonna be
yeah,
interesting. Now I don't know what was going on around this tree. They was back out on the trails again, still, doing their regular looks for Javi. And she saw something at the bottom of the tree where she was like, that's interesting. I couldn't really
that's.
tell what it
That,
was though.
I think that's where she where Lottie put that heart. The
Hmm.
what was it? Was it a deer heart or something?
Yes,
You
yes,
remember?
yes.
I think that's what they
Oh.
might have saw.
Hey Taria, yes. So I thought
Yeah,
that was interesting. But we was basically coming up on the end of the episode at this point. So now the daughter goes outside and of course she go digging in the daggone grill. That's why I said by him telling her, oh no, 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 I think he even made it more obvious.
exactly.
And I said, come on now, the license burned up, but it just so happened to stop and leave the perfect
So convenient. How convenient.
the perfect little picture of his face. I was like, come on now. Oh, Miss T said it was a bear heart. Okay.
Yeah, bear heart. Okay,
Mhm.
that's a deer.
Yeah.
A bear
I
heart.
was like, now, come on, y'all. It's just conveniently, shows his face. So now she definitely knows that her mother have something to do with the disappearance. And, now it's like, okay, well, I guess my dad is in on it too because they
Right.
both sitting here together acting like ain't nothing going on, and he went out his way to keep me from the grill. So I don't know what she gonna possibly do with this now, or what's she thinking. What you think about that?
Yeah, she's definitely a wild card because she don't seem like she is too right in the head. She don't really feel like she always feel like she's giving her mother a hard time.
Right.
I don't know what you need to go take her on a shopping spree. You need to do something because she gonna hem your asses up. I was like, oh my
Yeah.
god.
Hmm.
Yeah,
I
I
can
don't know why.
agree with
I
that.
mean, I guess she is invested because that's their marriage or whatever. If they seem like they cool, then all right, we're cool then.
Yeah, because like you said, we seen him kind of bugging out in the art studio. And then I thought I had a screenshot of it, but I'll tell y'all, I think StreamYard be eating some of the screenshots and slides the same way the washing machine eats your socks because I don't remember us passing it. But I had the one with him in the car where he just was like, I'm
Going
like,
off.
boy, what is going on here?
Exactly.
So he
It's
did like
something
this
else
whole
going on.
routine before he walked out to burn the stuff on the grill. Like I guess that was his way of releasing stress. But I'm like,
I
we
think
gotta watch out for him too. He got some stuff with him as well.
right.
And it don't
Right.
seem like she really see the part that he have in it. She just kind of see her mother. That's just something that, we
Exactly.
was kind of talking about in the
And
beginning.
I think that's more of it just runs in line with the daddy's girl, maybe
Yeah,
something,
daddy's girl,
something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I could see
Hmm.
that. I could see that.
Yeah.
So of course
Ugh.
we get this as well, child, with her in this damn ear. I said, girl, why you walking around with the ear and looking at it and got it in your pocket? And then she did the ultimate, and I was like, so what is really Shauna's story? Because I don't know. Like, I feel like Misty has always been crazy. She was crazy even before they got out there, and
Right.
then it may have intensified. But then I feel like
Right.
this is a whole nother level of crazy right here.
Right.
What y'all think about Shauna? I don't know.
Baby. When
Cause
she
ain't
poked that
nothing
thing in
telling
her
me
mouth,
to hold on to my best friend's ear, and ain't nothing telling me to. I was like, what's happening here?
I mean, I guess I don't
Yeah,
know.
I
I
agree, Miss
swear.
T. And you know what? Not for nothing, she was pregnant with the daughter when she went through
She
all of this.
was. She was. She was
She says
pregnant
the
when
daughter's
when
a
she
little
ate the damn
crazy,
ear.
just like her mom. That's true. And you over
Yeah.
here eating ears. I'm like, what is happening?
I was like, when that I was just like, I'm so glad that they only showed like such a small, but
Right.
it was still effective because you still knew exactly what she did. But I was just like, I'm
Hmm.
so glad that I didn't have to really experience it like, for a long time. I was like,
Right.
this is a
Right.
mess.
Right. Mm-mm-mm.
Yeah.
Lord have mercy, pregnancy craving. She was so you so stupid. I guess, honey, I ain't never craved
Right.
nobody damn ear. Okay.
And then, but I guess they was running out of food. I don't know, but I feel like there's something else that's a little bit more.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know.
I
It's something
definitely
either
feel like it's
something with
more.
the grieving process. It's something with the whole guilt.
Hmm.
Like I don't know, but I swear I don't know what in the world could make you want to do that. It was
Do
just
you
crazy.
feel like with this season two, are we gonna kind of see more of when they actually? Because I don't know how many seasons they plan for this show. Usually, a lot of shows already have a certain amount of number of seasons in their mind when they start
Right.
to do it, and then of course you still gotta wait to get renewed and all of that. But do you
Yeah.
think this would be the season? Because do you feel like if they do show us how they actually end up getting found, it wouldn't really be able to proceed much longer,
Right.
or do you
Right.
feel like this
Yeah.
should be a season that they should go more into detail with that, or you think they're gonna drag it out a little more?
I think they're gonna drag it out depending on maybe the ratings, how popular it is, because
Mm-hmm.
I hear people talking about it, but not really. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? I
because
think
I know a lot of people was talking, like even with season one, and I don't even think I was doing YouTube with season one, and I had kind of started it like, it was already a good amount of episodes already gone past when I started. But it would be like trending on Twitter all the time. Kind of same thing with Ted Lasso, where it was always trending, trending. I was like, well, Dad, people keep talking about this show. Let me go finally watch it. And when I did, I was like, wow, yeah, this show is crazy. But
yeah.
I don't know. I think
Yeah,
it does.
I think they could take it to 3 seasons, but I wouldn't drag it too
Mm-hmm.
far. Especially if they weren't gone but for so long. But because they
Right.
have so many um like crazy tendencies and the PTSD, you definitely can explore that
Mm-hmm.
on a much deeper
Absolutely.
level where
Absolutely.
it can kind of stretch
Do
out just a little
anybody
bit.
remember how long they were stranded out there? Because I know I just caught up on season one, but for some reason I cannot remember. Hey, sis, we about to be up out of here soon. We getting towards the ending of it, but thank you for dropping in. I appreciate you. I appreciate everybody that stopped
Yeah.
in. Y'all know I'm trying to get more comfortable and do more lives. So, this is who I was actually talking about. So, this is a little bit of spoiler alert, but she
Okay.
comes from Servant, and she's been in a lot of other things too. I just can't think of it. But she would basically be a dope Van, and of course, you already know Small Van. So, I'm assuming
Okay.
she's probably like, I mean, doing well now. I don't know where she went career wise. Maybe have her little plastic. So, I don't know how they're gonna bring her in and what her storyline is gonna be or any of that. But I
Right.
was like, oh, wait a minute, we still got Van around. So that's why I said I was kind of shocked. Like, I'm thinking all these other people didn't make it. I just kind of assumed that they never said that.
Right. Right. Right.
And they
Yeah.
did mention Van and Lottie's name in last season, so it would
Last
kind of
season.
make sense that
Right.
they would still be around.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all, that was basically the episode.
Yeah.
I
I
liked
heard
it.
Servant was good too. I heard
Yes,
Servant was good.
I,
I'm
I
gonna
was watching
try to
that.
get
I didn't
into
finish
it.
it because it's a couple shows I still gotta finish that I have not been able to um watch just to watch. Not shows that I'm reviewing. I got a whole list that I
Right.
want to get
Right.
into that I'm behind on. So I never
Okay.
got a chance to get back to it, but that's actually a good show. It's weird, so I think she liked playing on weird shows that have like different weird storylines going on.
Okay.
But it definitely was good. But
All
yeah,
right. Well,
y'all, that's what
yeah.
we got. So Nita, you want to tell the people what you got coming up on your channel and what they can look
Uh,
forward to.
yeah, we're gonna be talking about some hot topics, some reality TV talk. I don't watch the same shows like you and Moochie do Love After Lockup, but we
Uh-huh.
kind of do the black ladies. We do like,
Yeah.
Housewives, the Real
Yeah.
Housewives franchise and stuff like that.
Yeah,
We're
my
doing
sister be watching
SWV,
those. She be
you
putting
know.
me on to what's going on with some stuff. I
Yeah.
never really got into them. I wasn't even into no reality shows at all. Don't ask me how I got sucked down Love at the Lockdown. And at one point, I was doing 90 Day Fiance too, but then I stopped with them. So,
Right. Right.
but yeah.
Okay, but yeah, just subscribe, turn your notifications on. I try to drop things here and there and stuff like that. At least 2 or 3 videos a day. I don't really have a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, just put your notifications on. And
Yeah.
we will be stationary next week, y'all. Sorry about the whole janky car situation. My bad.
Yes, well, I appreciate you still stopping in with me because I know you had something that you had to do. Just thank you for taking the time, trying
No
to definitely
problem.
get
Thank you
some
for
more
having me.
collabs going and stuff like that. So me and Nita will be doing this on Mondays at 6 unless something changes, and we'll keep y'all updated. And then, of course, I do Love After Lockup with Moochie, like she just was mentioning. That's on Fridays, and me and Moochie kind of rotate back and forth with it. But, it probably will be streaming on both our channels, so you'll be able to watch it either way. We also do Snowfall, which I think this week is going to be my turn. That'll be on Thursday. I think Wednesday I might be talking with her about Godfather Harlem, and then I'll just still have my own Godfather Harlem review. And at 8 o'clock tonight, if y'all watch the team, I don't know how many people watch that, but
Oh yeah,
me and Just Call Me EJ will be talking about that. So
I might
that's
want to
all I'm
jump
doing right now.
on
My
there
other
one
shows
time with
are done,
y'all.
and so that I can have a little break and a little bit of time to myself. Oh, I also do recaps on Power, of course, but
Right.
that's it. So yeah, keep y'all
I watched
notifications
Zatima,
on.
so I would love to jump on one day with y'all for Zatima. Love it.
Okay, you are, yeah, because it's crazy because Just Call Me EJ says she never got into like Sisters, none of the other shows, but
Me
she likes
neither.
Zatima. So it's kind
Me
of a
too.
different perspective because I've watched the other ones, but I feel like Zatima feels like a whole nother universe outside of that one. So it's kind of
Right.
interesting.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't watch Sisters either, but I
Yeah.
heard that that's where they kind of come from.
Right, it's a spinoff from characters from there. They kind of
Yeah.
became fan favorites and then got their own show. So it's
Right.
definitely interesting. Yeah. And if y'all missed it, we actually did Throwback Movie Sunday yesterday. We did Woman of Brewster Place if anybody's interested in that. But I
I
thank
gotta
all
catch
of
that on
y'all for
replay.
coming out. Daria, Muchi, thank you for coming through. Miss T, Alicia, Shannon.
Savannah.
I think Savannah was in here. I appreciate all of y'all that stopped through.
Yes.
And I'm gonna let Nita go ahead to her movie. Yeah, okay. I wish I was
Thank
there.
you.
I'm jealous because I want to see that movie.
I know.
I'm
I can't even
excited
think
to
of the
get to
name
see
of
it.
it, but
Because I
I heard
remember
it's
I
gonna be
was
really
actually
good.
sharing that trailer on TikTok when it first dropped. I was like, this looks interesting right here.
Yes. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
So excited about that.
Definitely
Hope
enjoy
I'll
yourself
have
with
a
that.
movie review up sometime this week. So yeah,
Okay.
check it out.
Okay.
All right, y'all.
All right, y'all. See y'all later.
Bye, y'all. Bye.